अच्छा तुम बजा के रखो तो ओपन करो ना.
Thank you. Dhanyavad. Bahut dhanyavad. That is all the Hindi I know. And so I need to give the rest of my talk in English, and I will do my best to be clear. Why am I here? I am a former superintendent of schools in a small state near Boston in America. And I have been, thank you. I have been in America in education for my whole career. That is 25 years. And I am seeking different perspectives on education. I am humbled by the opportunity to be in this panel and to be in front of this fine group of educators and academics. I was drawn to the theme universal education, universal religion in education. From an American perspective, that theme is shocking. It is not something I have ever discussed before, because in America, religion and public education are separate, completely separate. In fact, it is written into our Constitution. Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founders,
Yes.
included in the Bill of Rights a separation of church and state. And in America, over 200 years, that has come to mean separation of religion out of public schools completely. There can be, by law, no discussion of religion unless it is academic. No discussion of spirit in public school as part of the curriculum. And I am here because I think that is unfortunate for America. I think that because I believe there is a connection between community and spirituality. And that comes from my own personal experience. I have seen that connections to other people, friendship, letter, even conversations at this conference are a path to spirituality. I use the word spirituality instead of religion, probably because as an American, I am nervous about the word religion and schools. I come to this idea, I'm going to use a quick story about a frog because Swami Vivekananda told a story about a frog. So this is my story about a frog. In America, there are books, children's books about frog and toad. Frog and toad are friends. They both can talk and walk, and they wear clothes like people. In this story, Toad wants to get a letter in the mail, and he checks his mailbox every day, and there is no letter. Every day, no letter until he gives up. And Frog feels sad for him. So Frog writes a letter. But Toad is no longer looking in his mailbox. So Frog tells Toad that there is a letter in his mailbox from Frog. Toad looks for the letter, finds it in his mailbox, and the key is he is very happy, even though he knew it was just his friend writing a letter. And he is happy because he made a connection to another human being. That connection is something I have found in my own faith tradition, my own religion, which is Unitarian Universalism. It is my personal faith. It began as a form of Christianity, and the idea was everyone in the universe, not just Christians, go to heaven. Everyone can achieve that by being a good person. However, Unitarian Universalism is a tiny religion in America, very few people. And I think one of the problems is we have no deep roots. It is a very young religion, and we are not deeply connected to other traditions in America and across the world. And I see Hinduism as a guide, because here there are deep roots, deeper roots than I have ever seen before. There are so many connections that are made in the Hindu tradition. I was told there are 30 million gods in the Hindu tradition. Just in Varanasi, there appear to be 1 billion shrines. And watching celebrations, there seem to be an infinite number of marigolds. And through all of these small connections, an infinite number of them, I think we can get to the truth that only God is truth. I see two implications for this in my thinking. The first is to continue to build connections, and it is why I came on this trip, to be able to connect to the people at the conference. And the second in America is to expand our vocabulary about spirituality in school. To not worry so much about religion being something that could undermine what we do in school, but rather keep in mind that spirituality is what will help our students in America be more connected to each other, to our culture, and to whatever will be next in their lives. And I will end with a short poem, a piece of a poem. It's American, by an author, Marge Percy. It was written in 2011. It's called The Seven of Pentacles. Connections are made slowly. Sometimes they grow underground. You cannot always tell what is happening. More than half of the tree is spread out in the soil under your feet. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you very much for keeping the time limit. And ultimately, I am reminded of a saying of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, when he said that we think that things happen by chance, they happen randomly. But if this world is living, then nothing in this world is by chance, nothing is accidental, nothing is random. So we have to know this infinite. That is the truth. And you have expressed yourself very frankly and without any type of bias. That's a great thing from which we all will learn. Now, बिना किसी अन्य समय को लिए